and welcome. Today we are putting a building around these farms. The bees, the sugarcane, and over yonder, that away, the bamboo and the kelp. Yes, I forgot what was over there, but it's bamboo. Is it bamboo? Yes, bamboo and kelp is over there. We've gathered up a few supplies in these chests, and same thing over on that side. So yeah, we're good to go. We're ready to start building, and we've got it all mapped out here with these cobblestone to let us know where the corners are. So if you recall when we started this series, I know it's been a while. I'm slow at making videos. I'm sorry. Our base here is based on the German town of Bad Kreuznach. Bad Kreuznach started off as a Celtic village, which is that part over yonder, and then it was invaded or experienced, if you will, the Roman expansion. So that's what our trading hall here is. And now for the buildings that will go here and the other one over yonder, that is a couple of churches that sort of signal the beginning of the modernization, I suppose, of the town, the modern era. And when I say modern, like the churches are still hundreds of years old, so it's not really modern, but kind of. The churches are still there, updated and, not crumbling and falling apart, but the churches do still exist today in the town. While I build, I'm going to pass things over to my mother, who grew up in Bad Kreuznach, to tell us about the next step or the next phase in the town's development. Take it away, Mom.
The 4th century brought many invasions to Cruciniacum. The Romans built a fort, but ultimately the town fell to the Frankish Empire in 500 AD. Between the 6th and 8th century, the Franks converted the fort into a royal palace for Louis I, also known as Louis the Pious. Later, between the 9th and 12th century, the town was split into 2 sections. East of the Nahe River is Altstadt, or Old Town, and to the west, Neustadt, or New Town. Back then, the roads were made of cobblestone. These stones were uneven and very slippery when wet. Today, most of the cobblestone has been replaced with flat red and gray bricks, while some cobblestone areas remain to showcase the history of the town.
You have to go up, up, go up. These are weird. All right, so we have finished the first church. Well, mostly finished it. So this is the red one. This is Pauluskirche. Kirche? Kirche, yes. There you go. So don't mind the dirt. I need some way to get them down. Here you go. Let's see a little better view of it if we maybe go here. Kind of see a little bit better. There you go. Now you may notice that there is a tower missing. Yes, that is for a reason. So we can go hop up there real quick. Where is the tree I've been using to climb? Here it is. Tree parkour. One sec. Okay, so if we come up here, we'll realize we have a big old hole right here. This is where the tower is going to go. But we are going to be doing something a little special with the tower. So that'll probably be like maybe the next episode, hopefully. Whenever that comes out, in another like 6 months, because it takes me forever to do anything. But it's gonna affect how oh yeah, there's also a wandering trader just chilling up here. It's cool. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so what happens in the next episode is going to affect the tower, so I didn't want to build it because it's gonna look a little different than just trying to like copy it from the real world church. And that is because of down here, if you recall, we have our skelly spawner. It's in here. You can kind of hear the water. That's where the skelly spawner is, and that's going to have something to do with the next episode and with the tower. Okay, so now we're going to go and build the second church, which is one that's going to be going over that way.
The town left Frankish rule in the 13th century, now under the domain of the Counts of Sponheim until the 15th century. During this time, Kauzenburg Castle was built, and a few years later, Nikolauskirche and Pauluskirche. In 1300, Bad Kreuznach's famous stone bridge, Alte Nahebrücke, was built. Buildings were added to the bridge around 1495. Few such bridges remain today. In 2018-2019, modifications were made to the bridge's pillars as the now 700-plus-year-old pillars showed signs of deterioration.
Churches are finally finished. Mostly. They're mostly finished. On the outside. The inside, not at all. But the outside is mostly finished. And I say mostly because this one over here, this is Pauluskirche. Yeah, that's that one. It's supposed to have a tower. You can see where the roof is not finished up near the front. But the tower is going to be affected by what's going to happen in probably the next episode. So I didn't want to have to build it and then take it back down again. It'll make more sense later. And then Nikolauskirche over here, this one with the tower on the side. There we go. Very nice. We got a little bit of stained glass there. Kind of tried to make it like a little sunrise, sunset because that window faces east, and then the other side, that side over there is west. I did just a little bit of landscaping, not too much. Added some rocks and whatnot around the edges, kind of make it like a little bit of a retaining wall. We need some flowers. It's not too colorful yet, so I think we should add some flowers in there. That'll be nice. We're at this church. We've added a few flowers, a little bit of moss. Redid the entrance to the skeleton spawner. Forgot part of the door. Got to go back and fix that. Yeah, this is to the skelly spawner down here, right on the edge of the church. I guess, it's kind of like a catacombs, I suppose. Skeletons at the church makes sense, right? So we have completed the next stage in our German towns village evolution. Here's where the tower on this church will eventually go. But like I said, it's going to be affected by what happens in almost fell in the hole. Affected by what happens in the next episode. And I don't know if I like the kind of white spots over there on the wood church. I used some pale oak just to kind of give it a little bit more, I don't know, color, I suppose, but I don't know if used white to give it color. That makes a lot of sense. I don't really know if I like it though, so that's the side with the pale oak, and then if I go over to the other side, then on the other side there's a little splotch of pale oak, so just ignore that. If you can't see it, this is what it would look like without the pale oak. I don't know. What do you think is better, with or without a little bit of white splotches here and there? I don't know. You tell me what you think looks better. That's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.